Well, I've had a lot of people text me and call me today and ask me if I had seen the news and heard the word about losing a great American actor, Val Kilmer. And I said, yeah. I said, I'm wondering what to say, how to post it, how to share it. And so I thought maybe to do it justice, I'd just come right out and tell the story just to give everybody a little background as to how I had a very unique opportunity to meet and briefly work alongside an incredible American actor. So in 2011, 2010, there was some producers that wanted to do a movie about Dick Wallrath and tell his story of his struggles, the challenges that happened within his family, the loss of a loved one, and the incredible resiliency that he found through his faith and his love and relationship with Patsy, Wallrath. And they produced a movie called Deep in the Heart. And I had an opportunity to read the scripts as the scripts that went through different renditions until finally in 2011, it was time to film. And I remember all the discussions about the set crew and who was going to do the video and who, all the little pieces, who was the casting that was going to take place. And I remember they started putting those pieces of the puzzle together. And you had John Grice. Everybody knows John as Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite, but he's a great guy, great guy. Elaine Hendricks, The Parent Trap, super person, just an incredible heart. And I love so much just being around her because she's got incredible energy. D.B. Sweeney, another iconic name in American theater. D.B. Sweeney, James Haven, Donnie Boaz, my friend Catherine Willis, Reagan. Hey, Reagan, you did such a great job playing Dee Dee. Wonderful job playing Dee Dee in Deep in the Heart. Mike Kimmel, you made me laugh several times. Larry Jack Dodson, love keeping up with you. Keep up the good work. Tara Hazelwood. I got to say thank you to the late Gil Dean. I got to know Gil and several other members of the crew. Director Chris Kane, and just how Chris made us all feel on the set as he directed the movie. Many of you may have seen the movie Pure Country about George Strait, and then Young Guns. That was all Chris Kane. But then there's Val Kilmer, and I must confess, at the time, I don't quite think I understood the greatness of the actor that he was. I remember there were specific rules that were given to us on the set when we were filming. One is no taking pictures with Val. We were told no taking pictures with Val. So I never got a picture with Val. Now, I've got a couple scenes I'll show you that I was right there next to him. As a matter of fact, you hear the term cutting room floor. I actually had several scenes with Val, but they all got cut. But we did stand next to each other for several of those scenes when they were filmed. But I watched the man work. And I remember there was this one instance where we were filming, and I love to tell this story. We were told no pictures, and we're filming on set, and it's the FFA convention scene. And you got all these FFA kids and guests and everything, and it's all just bustling. And my good friend Gordon Davis, G.W. Davis, GW shows up, and we're sitting there talking, and I looked over my shoulder, and I said, hey, GW. I said, look over there. That's Val Kilmer. And I remember Gordon looked over my shoulder, and he goes, that's not Val Kilmer. I said, yeah, he's in character. I said, he's in character. That's Val Kilmer. Gordon just grabbed me. He said, come on, we got to go meet him. And I remember, if you know Gordon Davis, you know he can just go get what he wants. And like he said, it's okay to win. And we went over there, and he said, Val. And Val turned and greeted Gordon. And GW said, I'm one of your biggest fans, Tombstone. I love Tombstone. I'll be your Huckleberry. And he said, can we take a picture? And G.W. Davis took a picture with Val Kilmer. I think it's the only picture that any of us ever got on the set with Val Kilmer. but I watched him work. To all of the actors and actresses of Deep in the Heart, I watched each and every one of you get into character. To this day, I tell people it is awesome watching professionals do their job. To 1 minute be Reagan and the next minute be Dee Dee. To 1 minute be John Grice and the next minute be Dick Wallrath. Or Elaine Hendricks and then the next minute she's Patsy. And boy, D.B. Sweeney, you nailed Michael. You guys, y'all did such a great job. But I watched Val Kilmer. And I'm ashamed to say, I didn't get it. I didn't get it. Years later, an Amazon movie came out called Val. If you've not watched it, I would encourage you to watch it. It's Amazon, and it's simply titled Val. I watched the documentary on Val, and I realized that in 2011, I was in the presence of a genius of an actor. I got to witness him build his character to become that spiritual advisor to Dick Wallrath. And I got to tell you, I'm ashamed that I didn't recognize it at the time, but I'm so incredibly blessed that I got a front row seat to see what such an iconic American actor could do with a role that they were given to play. And then to watch Val and to see all of those roles and how he meticulously poured himself into every role that he ever played. I called Mr. Wallrath today and I said, Mr. Wallrath, I'm sure you know, but I want to make sure you've heard the news. I said, Val Kilmer passed away last night. And he said, yeah. I said, you know, a lot of people that don't really understand the significance of Mr. Wallrath's story may not understand the significance of that character in this movie and the role that that faith played in Dick Wallrath's life. We lost a great American actor. Oh, I'm sure there's somebody out there that will, you know, they might have faults, and, you know, I guess we all do. Some people may think that he should have been praised more, and maybe he should. All I know is I got a front row seat to watch the man do his job, and man, did he do it well. To all of Val's family and friends, thank you for sharing him with us. Thank you for giving him the dream, the tenacity, the persistence, the creativity that became the genius of who he was as an actor. To all the cast of Deep in the Heart, thank you for capturing such an incredible man's and woman's story in Dick and Patsy Wallrath. Thank you, Chris Kane, for keeping us in line and effectively producing an independent movie in such an extraordinary way. We're going to miss Val Kilmer. I'm going to miss Val Kilmer. I'm going to miss wondering what he's going to do next. At least I get to remember a little bit of him when I remember all the people that were on the set of Deep in the Heart. So to Val and Val's family and friends, Godspeed. Thank you for the memories. We'll be talking about Val Kilmer for many, many years. Genius. Genius. Thank you. What are you thinking about all this?
I feel like I'm on that show, that old show. What was it called? What's My Line? Or no, not What's My Line. You know what they say? Will the real Dick Wallrath stand up? The first guy fakes it and then he stands up. You know, remember that show?
You mind?
Go ahead. Man.
You having fun, Mr. Wallrath?
Pardon?
You having fun?
Oh, yeah.
We're having a good time. Oh, I thought you took it off.
Oh, no, I just sent it to friends.
We are on the set, and I'm with our great director and our lead actor, John.
That's a great law firm. We're both clients.
We're both gonna need some legal
We're
help.
gonna need some legal help.
You will too now that you're a star in the movie.
Thank you for all your help.
Oh, thank you, man.